How's it going, everyone? I want to take you guys through some last-minute state of play rumors and expectations. As far as a confirmation, a game that I've really wanted to see there has already been confirmed. It was confirmed yesterday that Lost Soul Aside will be present at this state of play. They had retweeted PlayStation's announcement of the state of play, and then the official Twitter account just noted that they were going to be at the state of play. I think they have a great opportunity with Lost Soul Aside to do exactly what they did with Stellar Blade early last year. I thought the Stellar Blade trailer rollout with the release date announcement last year during the state of play that happened right around this time last year, with the great soundtrack, a lengthy trailer, a release date that wasn't too far away. Please do something exactly like that with Lost Soul Aside. Lost Soul Aside, at this point, we've known about it for so long that we need a release date. Yes, they said 2025, but even that at this point, I think some people are left skeptical. It would be great to get a release date that's not relatively far off. If we get something like April or May, I think that would be awesome, and that would act as a great title to play in the early portion of the year. And I think even opening with a game like Lost Soul Aside, really give it that attention that it needs. You want that opening slot to be a game that people are gonna be excited for, but also use that opening slot to promote a game that could be something promotable. Not fair game CGI trailer, PlayStation Showcase 2023, but a Lost Soul Aside makes so much sense to open the show off, do a 3 to 4 minute trailer, get a release date, and right off the bat, you are cooking. This isn't a game to end the show. The end has to be something of a banger. I could also see something from a third party open the show, like a Resident Evil 9 or something like that, but I think Lost Soul Aside would fit that opening slot so well. You would get the attention on a game that I think a lot of people would be excited about if they knew about the game. It just doesn't have enough attention, but now is the time to really put that promotional muscle behind it, much like you did with Stellar Blade in 2024, and I thought they did a phenomenal job of promoting that game leading into its release. If this game is going to end up coming out in April or May, now is the time. Get that promotional muscle behind it. If you can do a demo, great. Do a demo of that game. Get pre-orders open. Do a huge PlayStation blog post today about pre-orders open. Here's this pre-purchase digital cosmetic deluxe edition item. 3 days. Don't do the 3 days early access, please, but you get the idea. Now is the time for the Lost Soul Aside promotional push. So that's already confirmed. Stellar Blade, the Stellar Blade Twitter account has retweeted the state of play announcement as well. They didn't come out and say that they're gonna be at the show, but with the update on the PC version that we got recently with Shift Up's financials, I could see something like some sort of new content getting announced. It would be great if it's new content that we can sink our teeth into. Another cosmetic crossover shtick would be fine. I think they have so much goodwill that you could do whatever and people are going to be like, hey, new Stellar Blade stuff, it's something to get excited about. It's something to be looking forward to, but I think a new piece of content that's, say, $15, $20, even $30, depending on the level of content, 6 to 8 hours of gameplay, I think that would be perfect. Let's say 4 to 6 hours. 8 hours is a lot for an expansion, especially an action game like this, but let's say 4 to 6 hours of content, 15 to 20 bucks. I think people would be all over that. And then with the PC release, you could do Stellar Blade Complete Edition and price it at 60, 70 bucks, and people will still perceive it to have value, and it would have value. It's a great game. And then you could re-release it on PlayStation as like Stellar Blade Complete Edition. Y'all know how this shtick works. Sony has figured it out, and I think that would be a great opportunity. And like Stellar Blade getting re-released as a Complete Edition with like a new cover art, there's people that already own the game that would buy the game again. This is how you monetize Stellar Blade without being like absolutely crazy with it. This is how you do it. Now is the time for an expansion. I think that would be great, but we'll see. I don't even know if Shift Up has that in their plans. I'm sure a sequel is going to be coming at some point, but why not release 4 to 6 hour expansion DLC? It's been a year since the release of the game. Celebrate a year, almost a year, I should say. When the year comes, celebrate it by dropping a new title. Jez Corden did note Hellblade 2 time, maybe, in regards to the state of play. That's a release that Hellblade 2 is a very, very visually stunning game. It's just dropping it on a delay, it being $50, I would imagine maybe it'll have a 20% off launch discount or something like that. I just think that price point is going to be something that people are gonna be like, bro, $50 for Hellblade 2 a year on a delay. Yeah, I'm good on that one for now. Call me when it's down under $20, but that's gonna be the case with a lot of these ports, and we've seen that with PlayStation porting their games to PC as well. Some of those lower key ones like Sackboy and Big Adventure, nobody cared, even though Sackboy and Big Adventure is a decent game, nobody cared about it. And you know, there's a couple of other titles here and there that just don't get a lot of traction, and I look at some of the games we're talking about, you know, Hellblade 2 at $50 I think is going to be a little bit of a hard sell. Like Hellblade 2 was like the perfect game to be in Game Pass, so you know, we'll see how that turns out. I just think when it comes to Xbox games getting announced for PlayStation, I would, if I was Microsoft, I would be doing it at my own events and not at you still have to look at them as a direct competitor to an extent because you are still selling Xboxes, but, you know, maybe their standpoint is different, but, yeah, Hellblade 2 at the State of Play, quick trailer, that doesn't have to be anything more than 30 to 45 seconds, it could even be an out right now kind of thing. I wouldn't be too surprised for that to be the case. Tom Warren also did say that he expects April to be a big month for PlayStation users. I don't know why that is. Maybe Forza Horizon 5, Hellblade 2, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is out, but that's a multi-platform game. The idea of Xbox titles coming to PlayStation, that's a big month in regards to that. I don't know if we'll see an announcement of a Halo or Gears. I just feel like, again, those are titles that I think it would be more advantageous for Microsoft to announce those games on their own platform. And also, the Switch 2 isn't out yet, and you would think those games would be on the Switch 2, and I would wait for that to, you know, start rolling out its information before doing those megaton reveals. But that's my 2 cents on that. Lastly, as was noted yesterday, Astrobot is getting a console. I mean, it's not an Astrobot specific console in the sense of a new design, but the PlayStation 5 Astrobot bundle is going to be releasing on March 13th according to Biblicunum Deal Labs, and it's going to be the console with the disc. I imagine that you were going to do some sort of Astrobot update, a content update for that game. We know that that game is going to get regular content updates, and it would make sense to do that announcement and be like, hey, by the way, 5 seconds at the end, a console's coming next month, $500, you'll get an Astrobot copy of Astrobot, and you will get a PS5 console. I think that makes a lot of sense. Outside of that, that is just me looking through the tea leaves and what's happening, retweets and things of that nature. I would love to see, like I said, we have to keep our expectations in check. Like Bloodborne Remaster, just expecting that at this point is comical. But that's the type of stuff you have to look at as far as announcements goes. It has to be games that they can get out fairly quickly. Otherwise, you know, given all the canceled games, they ice so many of their studios for so long. Intergalactic's not coming out for a year and a half at the very earliest. Bend Studio, if they get another opportunity with another game, 2029, 2030 is when that's going to be out. Bluepoint's next game's not going to be out for a very long time as well. So I don't want to see reveals of games that are coming out in late 26, even 2027. I'm good on that. People are asking for Wolverine updates. I don't need that. That game ain't out this year. It's gonna be out next year. Do PlayStation Showcase in summer of 2026 and do the same thing you did with Spider-Man 2 and have Wolverine close off that show. That's how I would do it, and also structure a better show when we get to that than, you know, 23's showcase, because that was a pile of garbage. But, you know, I wouldn't do Wolverine right now. I would focus on the games that are coming out in the near immediate future. The near future, I should say. That being a Lost Soul aside, that being Ghosts of Yote, if we want to talk about that. Death Stranding 2. And then outside of that, I know a lot of people hate to hear remasters, but if you do the remasters that games that need remaster, games that need to be preserved, people would be okay with it. An Infamous collection, a Killzone collection, it's just like Days Gone collection, or Days Gone remastered. It's not me having anything against Days Gone, it's just like that game really doesn't need a remaster. I know some people would be excited for it, and any new kind of Days Gone content would get them excited, but for me, I would just like to see the remasters of games that we can't access, you know. And so, like, if we do talk about Bloodborne, that's just so sought after and desperately needs a 60 FPS bump. So that's my 2 cents on that. But again, God of War, the older titles, Infamous, Ratchet Future, titles like that, I think make a lot more sense and would get people more excited than Days Gone Remastered or God of War 2018 Remastered. I don't know, but that's my 2 cents on that. Let me know your guys' expectations. The other thing is, it's a 40-minute show. I think that's getting lost in the shuffle a little bit. 40 minutes is a long state of play. We've seen state of plays go for like 20, 30 minutes all the time. A 40-minute state of play makes me think that they're cooking, and they're cooking something good. But when it comes to PlayStation, you gotta keep your expectations low. They've been crapping all over the bed for years now, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this one's garbage as well. But hopefully they do something worthwhile, and based on the fact that they're doing this after canceling all of the live service games, you know, as much as I joke about the 15-minute fair game demo to open up the show, I hope they would know better not to do that. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.